Imagine a city where fear didn't just live in the dark corners of the streets, but seeped into every single household, wrapping around people's daily routines like an invisible chain. Families weren't just locking their doors at night. They were hammering nails into windows, installing bars, buying dogs, and sleeping with the lights on. Yet, even then, peace felt like a distant memory. In the early 1980s, Los Angeles and surrounding parts of California became the stage for a nightmare that felt more like a horror movie than reality. What unsettled people the most wasn't only the acts themselves, but the pure unpredictability behind them. This faceless shadow, later named the Night Stalker, ignored every logical pattern investigators usually relied on. Some nights, it was a mansion in a wealthy suburb. Other times, it was a small, modest apartment on a busy street. He seemed to move without rules, slipping through open windows, sliding past unlocked doors, and leaving behind scenes of chaos that felt impossible to predict or prevent. At first, law enforcement struggled to connect the dots. Different neighborhoods, different victims, different circumstances. Nothing about these incidents screamed serial, but slowly, disturbing similarities began surfacing. Shoe prints of the same style, fingerprints that occasionally matched, and whispers from witnesses about a tall, shadowy figure roaming under the cover of night. Yet, even with these fragments, investigators couldn't get a solid grip. Meanwhile, the public mood was spiraling out of control. Headlines blared warnings every morning. TV anchors spoke in anxious tones late into the night. And newspapers sold out faster than ever as people tried to cling to every scrap of information. Families stopped walking outside after dark. Children were rushed indoors before sunset, and hardware stores couldn't keep locks and security systems in stock. Fear became California's new currency, and everyone was paying the price. The name itself, the Night Stalker, became a weapon of terror. Just hearing it whispered was enough to keep people awake at night. For detectives, this was the ultimate nightmare. Most criminals followed some logic: financial gain, personal grudges, or specific patterns. But the Night Stalker shattered that rulebook. He wasn't predictable, and unpredictability makes a criminal almost impossible to catch. He struck without warning, leaving entire communities frozen, knowing full well that no one was truly safe. The wealthy weren't immune, the working class weren't overlooked. The suburbs weren't protected, and the cities weren't too crowded for him to enter. California, one of the most vibrant states in America, was suddenly living in a shadow of dread for over a year. Finally, in 1985, a breakthrough came. Detectives tracked down a stolen vehicle connected to the suspect, and inside, they found crucial fingerprints. For the first time, the The faceless terror had a name: Richard Ramirez. His mugshot and photographs were printed across newspapers, broadcast on television, and plastered on walls across Los Angeles. Overnight, he went from a shadowy legend to a visible man on the run. But here's where reality wrote an unexpected twist. It was NT law enforcement who physically ended his reign of fear. While moving through the streets of East Los Angeles, Ramirez was spotted by local residents who recognized him instantly from the news. Instead of running away, the community, tired of living in fear, rose up. Neighbors shouted, chased, and cornered him, refusing to let him slip away into the shadows once again. They held him down with raw determination until the police arrived. That moment marked a powerful turning point in American history. For months, people had been paralyzed by terror, doubting their own safety, doubting whether the police could protect them. But in the end, it was ordinary citizens who proved that fear doesn't always win. They reminded the world that communities can stand strong even in the face of unimaginable dread. The Night Stalker case remains infamous not just because of its chilling details, but because of what it revealed about society itself. How terror spreads faster than fire. How law enforcement struggles when patterns don't exist. And how sometimes it takes the courage of everyday people to close the final chapter of a nightmare. So here's the question for you. When you look back at this case, who do you think truly ended the Night Stalker's reign of fear? Was it the detectives who pieced together scattered clues, or was it the brave community that refused to surrender to terror and physically brought him down? Share your perspective in the comments, because your answer might show whether you believe true safety lies in the system or in the people themselves.